Welcome to TICE. Today in this conversation I have with me Ms. Bonani Roychaudhury. She's the Managing Director of NABSAMRUDDHI, which is a subsidiary of NABARD. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So to begin with the conversation, can you tell me a bit about NABSAMRUDDHI?
Okay. So NABSAMRUDDHI is a NBFC which primarily finances in the B2B mode. So we give wholesale loans to other financial institutions mainly to promote the non-agricultural sector with an ESG focus.
Alright, so when you talk about B2B lending, so how, this whole landscape and this whole industry has shaped over the years?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. Actually, before COVID or before digitization came in, the pace wasn't as fast as it is today. Today, we are seeing massive upscaling and with the fintechs doing their bit because fintechs are very innovative. So the industry is able to reach the unreached, the last mile, and of course, even the informal sector, especially the women, all those segments which were not really reached so far with banking as well as NBFC supports, they are coming in. And that's a great trend to happen. And we are looking forward to more such innovations happening in the future as well.
So in your previous answer, you mentioned about women. So how do you think that, women entrepreneurship, especially within the fintech sector is, changing or maybe growing?
Okay, so first of all, when we look at our client partners, whether it's the MFIs, the microfinance institutions, or even the NBFCs who are basically using technology, we have seen the reach increasing, especially when it comes to women. Because now women have bank accounts, so it's easier to reach them with loans, and even collections now are happening digitally. Women are becoming smart with at least using the smartphone, even if they are not literate or not too educated, but at least they are smart, and that's what they are hugely aspirational. And that's the biggest thing about women is that they are so focused, they are so aspirational. So when we look at women-led enterprises, I think the sector now is able to reach out to them, and that's a great trend again.
If we talk about, trend and the data, how do you see, the lending patterns changing and growing within the women entrepreneur spectrum?
Okay, again, very interesting questions. You usually see when we look at the rural landscape or even the urban marginalized sections, earlier it was the self-help groups, right? Even now they are there under the NRLM, right? But then their need for funds is increasing. So earlier when the loan used to be 10,000 rupee, today we are seeing even 2 lakh. It depends on the enterprise today. It's not a uniform loan anymore. And that's not just in the group mode. In the individual mode also, we have seen fintechs having women-specific products, which is very interesting, very flexible products that come bundled with more financial education, and then products with come bundled with some kind of a capacity building or skilling. So this kind of packaged products are helping women a lot. The numbers are going up, but it's not just about numbers, it's more about the value being created, and that's really amazing the way it's shaping up.
Also, you mentioned how this trend is emerging of women-led entrepreneurship and women-led lending. So what are those tailored products that maybe NABSAMRUDDHI offers to the female-led enterprises?
Okay, so NABSAMRUDDHI finances through partners. So we are always looking at blended finance because blended finance has the capacity to first of all have a credit plus approach. So it's not just a loan. Along with the loan, you're building in a lot of capacity building, awareness generation. For example, on World Water Day, we are going to launch 40 campaigns on climate ready wash. Now, these are all women beneficiaries. The rural women need this kind of support because they get impacted by climate. They get impacted by unsafe wash. They are in charge of food, water. They get affected when the disasters happen or when migration happens. So women are central to this. And in that, what we do is we build in capacities first. Finance comes last. That's the last variable, right? First, they need to be able to understand what it takes, understand how to use the product, and finally comes the finance. So that is our model.
in a country like ours, female and finance, both things have been, kept separated for a long time, but now things are changing, and after the digitalization especially. So what are those products that maybe NABSAMRUDDHI has in pipeline to fill this gap?
So where it comes to female, of course, NABSAMRUDDHI being a part of NABARD, women were always central to our financing, our ethos. And under our ESG, when we talk of social, women are central. In fact, we have 52% women employees today, 2X company. And our board, also senior management, also predominantly it is women. And when we look at our borrowers, we have 90% women. NABARD also has always been focusing on women under the SHG program. But today, the dynamics are changing. Today, their needs are different. And today, the market is opening up for women as well. Because again, the government is also hugely supportive. There are a lot of schemes to help the women. So if you say what kind of product we're looking at, if you're working through fintechs, we would request fintechs that their algo should be taking care not only to not exclude women, but proactively include women. Because when women come into the lending space, what happens is that then only we can have that $5 billion economy, because economy has to move on not on two wheels, not one. So if it's only men, it cannot. It has to be the women coming into the productive workforce as well as the productive business force. And that's very important, and that's where finance comes in. Finance has the capability to upscale all this.
You mentioned about algorithms. So, technology plays a very crucial role. So, how do you integrate technology in your daily operations?
Okay. NABSAMRUDDHI, see, we are a wholesale lender. So, for us, a CBS always is there. Then we have co-lending. So, we leverage technology for that as well. But mostly when we work through our partners, we ensure that the technology enables a kind of reach for finance for the women borrowers that we have. So it is not only at our level, because it is a layered structure that we are looking at, right? We get our finance from NABARD, then we pass it on with concessions where it comes to our focus segments. So that's green and wellness, and both green and wellness are essential for women. So, and then when the technology comes in at every stage, it's not just financial technology, it's also platforms that can bring the supply and the demand together of the products, of the solutions. And that's very important. That's what I was talking about in many fora, that it's not just the financial technology solution, that is an enabler. Bring in other platforms and other solutions which can solve the problem, or which can actually enhance the capacities of the ultimate borrower. And here we are talking about women.
Right. Also, Ms. Roychaudhury, we are at the 6th conclave of DLAI. So how do you think such gatherings really add value to the industry?
I think I would mention the power of networks. Nobody can contribute or add value as much alone as they can with the help of networks. None of us, whether we are individuals or individual standalone organizations, nobody can, because everyone has their own unique strength. So when different players come together, that's where I think right now a lot of deals are getting closed. A lot of structures are getting formulated, and that's what's very important. So this kind of meets and conclaves, they bring all the relevant players together, and that helps us to really serve the marginalized. That helps us to really come together to solve the problem statement, really come together to upscale, to sustain, and it's very important. And what follows is, of course, the concrete action planning that happens in the boardrooms as well, in the actual meetings, the roundtables as well. Once those get documented and we take those action forward, that's the next level.
Thank you so much for this insightful conversation.
Thank you so much.